Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you guys are here. Today's video is going to be a mashup of a few different video ideas. So I originally was going to do a reading thriller books for a week, which I have already done this year. I think I did it in September. So I was like, what can I do to like mix it up a little bit? So I'm going to be doing a like what I realistically read in a week. So I'll count the pages that I read each day and tell y'all at the end of the day or the next day how much I read, which I've done this video so many times, but I'm going to be reading thriller books for the whole video, like for the full week. So we got a little mashup going on. I have already started a book. I started it this morning. Today's Monday, by the way, so we're starting on Monday. And I started The Boyfriend by Freida McFadden this morning. I went into this book completely blind. I'm not someone that usually reads the synopsis of books before starting them. That's just how I am. I like to go in not knowing anything. The book's been a little confusing so far, so, well, let me tell y'all where I'm at right now. So I'm 37 pages in, which is 12% of the way in, and we're getting multiple different perspectives from like different people over two different like time periods. So it's confusing me just a little bit. So in the current timeline, there's a girl named Sydney, and she was going on a date with this guy that she met on like a dating app. And when she got to the restaurants, the guy did not match the guy on his profile, which is honestly really scary because I'm sure this happens all the time in real life. But things just got really weird and a little aggressive, like physically aggressive. So that's honestly really what's been going on in the current timeline. The past timeline has been about this guy named Tom, who they're still in high school, Tom is, and he has a crush on this girl named Daisy, and honestly that's really it. He walked her home from school one day, and I guess her dad's the chief of police. And in the past timeline, all of Tom's chapters end with like a really scary, not like a really scary, but like a weird, the last sentence of the chapter is always weird. So like one of them was like, I'm gonna try not to think about squeezing her throat so tight that she chokes or like dies or something. And I was like, what is going on? I have a feeling that the guy from the past timeline, Tom, is the same guy in the current timeline that was being aggressive, but I guess we'll see. I feel like I can never guess fully Freida McFadden's twist, so we'll see. But 37 pages in right now. I'm obviously gonna keep reading, and then I'll talk to y'all either later tonight or in the morning to give y'all an update on the book and also let you know how many pages I've read. Hello everyone, it is the next morning. I wanted to give y'all an update of how many pages I read yesterday. So I got to page 103 yesterday, which is honestly, I feel like pretty good for me. It is a lot easier, or I feel like I read a lot faster on my Kindle, so that's probably another reason why. I don't know. I also told y'all that like Freida McFadden books go by so quickly, so that's probably why. I completely forgot that I am in the middle of a chapter right now. I put this down earlier because I got a phone call and I forgot to keep reading. So I'm now on page 114. I've only read, what is that, 11 pages today before I got that phone call and I put the Kindle down, but I'm hoping today's another good day, or honestly even better. I was thinking though, so while I've been reading this, all I've been thinking about is how this book does not feel like it's a Freida McFadden book. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but all of her books that I've read, and I've read like 5 before this one, I feel like you could tell they're Freida McFadden. Like, if you stripped the covers off of those books and I didn't know who the author was when I was reading it, I feel like I genuinely would be able to be like, this is a Freida McFadden book. Like, they just have the same vibe, but this one is so different. Like, I don't think I would know that this is Freida McFadden. It's just written so differently. It's not cringy like the other books. Like, I've openly said before that a lot of her books are very like beginner friendly thriller, and they're sometimes a little cringy to me, which is not like a bad thing because all of her books have been 3 stars or above. Like, I've enjoyed all of her books, but this one is just like giving such different vibes, and I'm loving it because I don't know, it just seems more like sophisticated. I don't know what the right word is, what I'm trying to explain, but yeah, someone just died and it's a little freaky. I have a few theories on who I think did it. We still haven't gotten a connection between the present time and past time yet, but I think, like I said, I feel like I know that the guy from the past time is the guy from the present time, but who knows? I feel like I said, all of her books just like the twists are never what I think they are. So I'm enjoying it so far. It says I only have 1 minute left in this chapter. I literally put this down the page before the chapter ended. So I'm gonna sit here, read a little bit more, and then I'm gonna talk to y'all in a little bit. I am gonna get better about talking to y'all multiple times throughout the day. I don't want to talk to y'all like one time each day and let you know how much I read the day before. I need to get better about that. So I'm gonna sit here, read a little bit, and I'll talk to y'all in a few hours. I just got out of the shower, but I've been reading a little bit on and off today, and I'm now on page 156, which is 44% of the way through the book. And we just found out how the past and the present timelines connect, which was honestly a shock for me. I feel like this theory crossed my mind for like a minute, but it wasn't my main theory. But I'm kind of happy with how it turned out, and I don't know, I'm just like loving this book. It is just so like refreshing to me. I don't even like know how to explain it. It doesn't feel like a Freida McFadden book. And what's honestly crazy is, well, I'm sure it's because I put this in on like my Goodreads that I'm reading it, but I'm in a few different like book clubs on, well, actually no, that makes no sense. I'm in a few different book clubs on Facebook, and I like to interact in them and like talk about books with people. But 2 different people have posted saying that they were starting this book today, and I'm like, is everyone reading this book right now? Like, it's so weird. But yeah, I'm probably about halfway through, considering there's like acknowledgements and everything at the end. But yeah, I'm really liking it so far. I have my main theory of how I think the book is gonna end, but a lot of the comments on those people's posts said the ending was like mind-blowing, which I feel like Freida's books always do. But I just have a feeling that my theory is not gonna be it, because it never is. I'm loving it right now. I feel like the book is going by pretty quickly. My goal is to get to 70% by the end of the day. It's only 4:55 right now, so I think it should be very easy to get to 70%, and then I'll finish the book in the morning so that we can start another book. I either want to honestly start another Freida McFadden book after this, or I have a physical book called The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell, which I also love Lisa Jewell. So we'll decide what I want to do, but that's where I'm at right now. I will talk to y'all either tonight or in the morning I always say I'll talk to y'all tonight, but like by the time I finish reading for the day, it's usually like midnight or like even 1 a.m. and my boyfriend's asleep and I'm laying in bed. So like I can't talk to y'all right then and there. So I always have to update y'all in the morning. But either way, I'll talk to y'all either later tonight or in the morning to update y'all on where I'm at. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday morning, and I want to give y'all the stats for yesterday, for Tuesday. So I ended up reading to page 251 last night, which, funny enough, I said yesterday that I wanted to get to 70% before I went to bed, and I literally made it to 69%. I think I took a video of it last night, but yeah, I got to 69%, but I was so tired. It was like 1 a.m. and I was like, I just cannot read one more chapter. I can't do it. So I read 148 pages yesterday because I started on 103 yesterday. So 148 pages, and I'm starting on page 251 today. I'm gonna sit here and read and try to finish this book within the next like hour or two. I'm loving this book. It is so good. Like, it's probably gonna be around a 4-star. I have no idea how this is gonna all come together. Like I said, I have my theories, but I doubt they're gonna be right. It's just written so well. It is written so well, so differently than every other book. I cannot get over how different this book is from like The Housemaid and Never Lie and just all the other books that I've read. The Inmate. I don't even know what else I've read by her, but I'm loving it. I'm on chapter 45. I love how short the chapters are in this. That's one thing I really like. Like, the chapters are usually between like 4 and 10 minutes. I hate books that have chapters that are like over 10 minutes. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm either gonna read here in bed or I'm gonna go sit on the couch, but I'll talk to y'all in a little bit with an update. I am 89% of the way through this book right now. I am so close to being done, and the biggest plot twist just happened. So one of my little theories that I had is true. But one of the main ones that I never could have ever imagined, like the craziest thing just happened. And this is not something that I ever would have imagined. Like this is not a character that I thought had anything to do with anything. So I'm mind blown right now. But I only have technically 11% until like I reach 100%, but it's never that long because there's acknowledgements and like everything else at the end. So I probably only have like a chapter or 2 left. So I will talk to y'all once I'm done. I just finished reading The Boyfriend, and wow, this was definitely Freda's best book. I think this is the 5th book I've read by her, and it was the best one. I absolutely loved it. I think I'm gonna give it a 4 stars. This book was just written so differently from all her other books, and I don't know, it just kept me on my toes. I thought a lot of her books, like I said, I thought were just a little bit cringy, which is fine. This one, not at all. I did guess what was gonna happen with one of the characters, but that was really it. I had no idea what was gonna happen with anyone else. The main plot twist ended up blowing my mind. I did not suspect it at all. Like I had so many theories and this wasn't even one that crossed my mind. So I'm happy that I had like that oh shit moment, you know? There was one character, I'll say his name, so if you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about, but they called him the real Kevin, and he was kind of a prominent character in like the beginning and middle of the book, and then it just kind of like stopped talking about him. And so after the main plot twist was revealed at the end of the book, I was like, what happened with this character? Like, what was his like contribution to this book? And then we ended up finding out what happened to him in the last like 2 pages of the whole book. So I'm happy that it ended up bringing that around, but I still don't understand how he contributed to the book at all. Like, it was the most random character, and he was mentioned definitely a lot. But in my head, I'm like, did I miss something? Like, was I half asleep when I read something that like, he made no sense to the story. So let me know down below if you've read the book, if you feel the same way, because like, I see how it kind of tied into the theme of the book, but I just don't understand how he like contributed to anything in the end. So either way, besides that kind of useless character, I absolutely ate this book up. I've been talking to some people in different like book club forums on Facebook. I love talking to like random people in there. And I was telling everyone that I loved this book and that they should read it. So yeah, I'm giving it a 4 stars. I would highly recommend it. There was no spice at all. Definitely some like maybe goriness. I don't know if you would, how some people would consider goriness if you're like reading about it, but there actually was one part that made me like, I'm very like not good with blood, I'll say that. And there was one part that I almost had to skip because of the way that it was like talking about the blood, but other than that, it was pretty mild. So I guess I should tell you how many pages I've read. So when I started the book this morning to finishing it now, I read 110 pages, which is pretty good. I kind of want to start another Freda book. I really do. I downloaded The Teacher like 20 minutes ago because I kind of think I want to start that. Honestly, at this point, I had kind of been giving up on Freda. I was like, there's like, I don't like crave reading all of her books. Like, it's just not, I'm not craving to like go through her whole book line, whatever. And now I'm like, wait, I kind of want to. So I think I'm gonna start The Teacher. So I'm gonna sit here. Well, I'm gonna go take a walk first because I've been reading so much today, but I'm gonna go take a walk and then I'll start The Teacher here soon. It's already 6:10 p.m. So I'm gonna start that and I'll talk to y'all either tonight or in the morning and let you know where I'm at in the book. I have literally not picked up this camera once today and it is already 4:40 on Thursday. So I ended up reading 128 pages yesterday on Wednesday. I think I only got to page like 18 of The Teacher before I went to bed. But I just never picked up the camera to talk to y'all this morning to like update y'all on anything. I have only read to page 33 today. So what is that from 18? 15 pages. I've only read 15 pages today so far. I've just had I've had a day. Like, I haven't wanted to read that much. I just finished watching the Menendez brothers resentencing from the LA District Attorney. Like, it's just been a day where I don't read as much, and that's fine because I honestly feel like I've read a lot the last few days. I did want to tell y'all, my hair looks like a mess right now. I did want to tell y'all a little bit about what the book is about. So this one was also really confusing for me when I first started it, and it's still a little confusing, but we're getting two different people's perspectives from two different time periods. Or no, we're not. Oh my God, see, I'm confusing myself. I thought they were two different time periods, but they're not. They're at the same time. But there is a girl named Eve. I think that's her name. She's a teacher at this high school, and she is married to another teacher at the high school. They're both teachers, but they're married. And I don't know, we haven't really learned much yet. She's not very happy in her marriage. It's like kind of a strained marriage. And I guess something happened at the end of the last school year with another teacher who was there, who was like the most beloved teacher of all time. He was just like, you know, the favorite teacher. And he got fired for something. And then it switches to this other girl's point of view named Adeline. They call her Addie though. And she was apparently, from what we've learned, she's a student, but she apparently, a rumor started that she slept with that other teacher, and that's what got him fired. But in her perspective, she's like, I didn't. Like, everyone, but she's getting bullied now because obviously she was the reason the favorite teacher got fired. But she's like, no, I didn't do that. And she's like, why does everyone hate me? Like, she's getting bullied. She's scared to go to school. So that's kind of what's going on so far. Not a huge plot line yet. I think that the adult, the girl Eve, who's a teacher, I think that she is scared that Addie, the girl, is going to try to get with her husband now because apparently she just sleeps with teachers or something. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I'm only 33% of the way in. I'm about to actually go to a football game. So I will not be reading a lot today, I can tell you that. I will probably get home around like 10, and I do most of my reading at night. So I might still get like 50 pages in today, but today's gonna be one of my off days. And that's fine because I've read like an average of like 120 pages each day so far. So that's where we're at right now. I will talk to y'all probably honestly in the morning. This is probably the only update y'all are gonna get today for Thursday. Sorry. Yeah, I'll talk to y'all in the morning. It is Friday morning. I knew that I wasn't gonna end up talking to y'all again yesterday. I just had too much going on in the second half of the day. That being said, I did not read anymore. So I think I said I only read like 15 pages yesterday. Yeah, that was like the total number. I only read 15. I'm still only on page 33, which is 10% of the way in. But that's okay because that's what makes this a realistic, what I read in a week. Because some days you can't even read it all. Some days you read a chapter. Some days you read 100 pages. Like, that's fine. That's the point of this video. Today might not be much better though because I woke up really late today. I woke up at like 11:30 because I was cramping so bad in the middle of the night and it kept me up and it was just a lot. So I slept in a little bit. And I don't know, I have to go shopping for food, and then we're going to like a pumpkin fall festival thing tonight. So I just don't know how much I'm gonna read. I'm gonna try to sit down after I finish filming this and read a little bit. So we'll definitely get something in, but not a lot. Like, I may give y'all my final updates before I even go to the pumpkin festival because by the time I get home, I just don't know if I'm gonna read. So either way, I'm only 33 pages in, which is 10%, but I'm about to sit here and read a little bit. So I'll talk to y'all in a few hours and let y'all know how far I ended up getting. I just got out of the shower, but I wanted to give y'all an update because I think I'm gonna end the video here. I am about to have to start getting ready to go to that fall festival tonight, and I just don't think I'm going to read the rest of the day. Now, keep in mind, today is Friday. I usually only do Monday through Friday for challenges. That's how I prefer to do it. So this was not a full 7 days, but it was a full like work week, so full 5 days. So I am now on page 80, which I'm 22% of the way through. So since I last talked to y'all, I have made it another 47%, or not 47%, 47 pages. I've read another 47 pages. Or no, I hadn't even started reading, I don't think, when I talked to y'all last. So that means I've read 47 pages total today. Yeah. So that's how much I've read. I did add up every single day and I read 441 pages over 5 days, which honestly is like pretty good. I feel like that's a little less than 100 pages a day for each day. The first 3 days I did really well. I read like over 120 pages each day, and then the last 2 days have kind of gone downhill. But I feel like it was a pretty good week. I got through like a book, a full book, and then another 22% through another book for 5 days. I feel like that's really good, a book and like a quarter. Honestly, not much has happened in the teacher still. We're kind of just learning, I don't even know, more about what's going on with each of the teachers and like more of what's going on at the school. So like Eve, which is one of the teachers that's married to the other teacher, she is, I guess, having an affair with someone that works at this like shoe store. So she's cheating on her husband, but then her actual husband, the teacher, is like starting to get friendly with that student that got accused of sleeping with the other teacher that got fired. So it's like a whole mess. I don't know where this is gonna go. It's honestly like not even a thriller book right now. I just thought about that. This has not even been a thriller book yet. Like it kind of is, but it's more of like a mystery because like you just don't know what's going on, but it's more just like a drama so far. So I don't know how it's gonna turn thriller-y, but I guess we'll see. I feel like every Freida McFadden book has always been revolved around like a murder or something. So it's interesting that I'm a quarter of the way into this book and nothing scary has happened yet. So we'll see. Maybe I'll talk a little bit more about the book in like a few days in a live vlog that I'll be starting soon, because I'm gonna film tonight at the fall festival, like the corn maze and like the fire show and everything. So I'll talk more about the book and like if I liked it and stuff in that video. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've read either of the books that I read, The Boyfriend or The Teacher. Let me know if you like any other Freida McFadden's books. And yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.